Hello everyone and welcome to a new video and a new vlog. Something fell, was really debating if I should start a vlog at all because I was like, I'm going to Oslo today and I filmed average Oslo trip since I started to going there last year, and I'm like, is it not boring by now? Like, it's the same trip over and over again. But then I was like, but it's kind of cozy, it's a different vibe. I don't film that much over there anymore as I did in the beginning, but I still think it's a bit cozy. And then I haven't started a vlog yet this month because I've been sick. I just done the last vlog for October and that is going up today, but I haven't vlogged. Like, I started this vlog today is the 12th of November, but I haven't vlogged for the first 11 days of November. I haven't read that much either because I've been sick, and then I read this really, really long book. But now I am going to read some different stuff that I thought it would be fun to talk about, maybe, I don't know. So I thought, okay, let's start a vlog now then anyway. I need some content to post, you know? Yesterday I bought a bunch of books with this right here that I thought I would show you, like as the beginning of this vlog. Of course, starting it off with a 17 books haul. So I bought all of, as you can see, Frieren, which is a manga series, starting off with volume 1. I told myself I was not going to buy a full manga series again this year because I've been doing it a lot and I've been like, it's expensive, stop it. But then I caved and bought another full manga series. So it is 11 first volume, and I'm hoping to read them all in a day when next me and Cecilia have a manga night. I think we will squeeze in at least one last one before the new year when we get super busy. I was trying to put them in order here, and I'm very excited. I heard incredible things, and I don't actually know more. I know it's like fantasy and it looks adventurous and cute, and here is all of them. I know we follow a mage maybe, and yeah, so I will read them hopefully before the new year. Sorry, still sick, but if I don't, then it's fine. I also had Brightness Between Us, which is the sequel to The Darkness Between Us. The Darkness Outside Us, maybe, is the right title, which follows these two guys in a ship, and that weird things are happening, and it's just such a bizarre and weird, fun book that we read for Facing Gaze. Very excited that the sequel is here, and I'm planning to buddy read this with Cecilia because we both really enjoyed the first one, and we are very hyped to scream about this one together. Very excited that one is out. Then I also have The Lotus Empire by Tessa Suri, which is the final book in the Burning Kingdoms trilogy. I really enjoyed 1 and 2, and I'm excited to see how this last one will wrap up. Like, it's been an enjoyable series for me a while. I have enjoyed it, and I want to read this final one. So that one, actually, the release date is today, but it arrived in my store actually like days ago, and I bought it yesterday though because that's when I was there. So I kind of got it before anyway, like it was sent out before to the stores. But yeah, I don't know. And then the last 3 books I got was Ignite Me by Tharma Mathi, which is obviously the final book in the first trilogy in Shadow Me. So they made these special editions in at least the UK, like Europe editions, and I really don't like the original covers with the eyes, and now I have these of at least the 3 first ones. They better make the rest so I can get all of them matching, but they are very pretty and I'm happy. Then we have Banana Fish 13 and 14 and 16. I couldn't order in 15 at work, so I need to buy that somewhere else. Planning to do so in Oslo, I think today, and then I need to, I think, also get 17 in another store. I don't remember if I ordered in 13 no, not 13, like 18 and 19 at work, or if I didn't. Like, I don't recall, and I haven't been there in a long time since I've been sick. Yesterday I was there to buy these, but I forgot to check, so obviously that is life. But yeah, that is my little haul this starts with. As for the books I am reading, we have, first of all, The Measure, which is my audio. This is for a book club thingy I am in. This is by Nikki Ehrlich. This one is very fascinating. I didn't know the synopsis or anything, but it basically follows this world that is a bit like, I was almost gonna say post-apocalyptic, but not really. Like, it is our normal world, but there's this element to our world that has been added that is very different, and that is that we all got these threads delivered at our door when we are 22, and the people above 22 got it automatically. My parents are vacuum cleaning, sorry about that. Box has a thread in it, which is a thread of your lifespan. So then suddenly everyone knows how long they're gonna live, and they know if they have like short threads or long threads. And the whole society breaks down into long threads and short threads, and basically discrimination against people with short threads. They are like, they can't have certain jobs, they can't do certain things. Do we want to date them? Do we want to give them rights? Do we want to treat them in hospitals? They're gonna die anyway because they have short threads. So I was gonna say, almost evolves into this new minority group that affects like everyone in the whole world, and it evolves almost into this new minority group, and then a lot of people obviously not part of minorities from before discovers how it is to be part of one, to discriminate against something outside your control. And it just brings up a lot of philosophical things, like how would our society handle this, and it brings up like in a way obviously how life is affected by the fact that you're gonna live to your 90s, or you're gonna live to like your 30s and you're already in your 30s, like your early 30s, for example, and you're already 31, and you're like, shit, I'm gonna literally die in a year, and you don't know how you're gonna die. So it's very interesting. So the people, for example, with long treads, even if they have like a really, really serious disease, they also know they're gonna survive it because they know that their tread told them to, so they're kind of not worried anymore. So in a way, that is in a positive, even though they are suffering. But they're also obviously people with long treads start doing, for example, extreme sport. But just because you can't die doesn't obviously mean that you can, for example, go in a coma for the rest of your life and then eventually die, because you would still in theory be alive, etc, etc, etc. So it brings up a lot of different questions, and the way it's written is really, really good, and I'm very fascinated to see how it will evolve. As you saw, maybe I'm like 46% in, so I'm hoping to finish it now in the next few days, because when I go to Oslo I do walk a lot, so then I usually listen to audiobook and like get a lot of progress in. Also in the mornings I have like breakfast buffet thing, and obviously I don't talk to anyone because I don't know anyone there, so I have headset on while like getting my buffet, because why would I talk to someone? There's no one to talk to, like, there's not staff there to talk to. So I just sit in the corner and like listen to audiobook when eating, so I don't need to listen to all like the shadow of the breakfast to get myself peace. And that like usually is like an hour of audiobook in the morning, so that is kind of nice. But I have some very busy days ahead as well. So for my, I was gonna say physical read, but it's not physical because I'm gonna read it on my e-reader. But for my not audiobook read is my next gum machine pick. My gum machine is here, and the note is like kind of stuck in here, but I kind of already know who it is, because I know we only have one person left that I haven't picked out the pick for. There's 2 notes in here. Who's the other one for? Maybe the other one is just like stuck in it. I have no idea, because there's no one else left. But like I go through all the gum machines in my Patreon, which is the highest tier. They get a book in here, and when I go through all of them, I restart it so everyone gets a new book in there, because we are not that many, which is like totally fine. But like that's the system I have now. Let's say if I had like 400 gum machines, I wouldn't be able to do that system anymore, because, well, it's not like I could read 400 books in a month. I'm not even that much. That was just an example of numbers, but right now we are doing it so that when I go through all of them, we refill it with everyone's names again, and when they all done, we refill it again, right? So then the last name that I knew was here was Tina. You can't see the note, it's bad, but that's what it says. And Tina's pick is, I already bought it at the library, which is like, it wasn't that like as hyped to see who was in there, because I already knew, but it is Really Cute People by Marcus Howard Jones. It seems like a cute contemporary thingy. I would definitely read it on my flight today, and it's like less than 300 pages, so I do believe I will finish it today as well. I don't know anything about it, but it seems cute and fun. But the last book that Tina had in here was a 5-star read, and it was also a romance. So now I have really like high expectation that I will love this as well, because I love the last one, which was also like a contemporary, as I said. So yeah, that is my current reading. The books I read before this vlog, they were just going to the void. I'm joking. I would probably talk about them in my wrap up, but I just didn't feel like having like a 20-minute clip here in the beginning when I went through like the 6 books I read before this vlog started. Like, I think we'll find not me vlogging every single book I read. I'm gonna leave in like 45 minutes. I need to pack down, and you shall see me on the road. I was gonna say. I just arrived at my hotel. It is actually the last time I was in this hotel, which was not the last time I was in Oslo, but one time before that when I was here for like 100 years. Like the room is completely the same, except that this is the top floor, so that like the ceiling is even lower, which is like the room is already tiny, but it's fine. The bathroom is bigger. Not that it matters. I'm in a hotel. I'm gonna have a hotel breakfast. It's chill. It's fine. Okay, so Tor is my jacket. Oh, I zoomed in by accident. And here's the bed, which is a double bed. But I hope I don't die to this beam if I suddenly sit up in my bed. I'm joking. Here is my stuff. And then here's the bathroom, which is nice, I guess. And that's like the whole room. I'm not even going to be here that much, and like I honestly don't care how much space I have as long as I have a big bed and I have a shower and I have a toilet. But yeah, I think I would like to take a super quick trip over to the store because I actually don't know the odd days if I'm home before the store closes or not. But like there's 2 manga I want to buy, so I'm just gonna buy those and then go back again and then just work with some school. I need to make a presentation and just like chill in my bed. I started Really Cute People. I was actually like enjoying it so much that I always didn't notice I did land. It was known by the main character named Charlie, and they are working for this company that is basically sucking their life out. And then they're going to this work trip and they get snowed inside with this kind of family that they admire because one of them is kind of known, I guess. And then I have this feeling it's all gonna end up in a polar relationship because they're all like flirting with each other and I kind of love it. There's a child there and that is very, I was gonna say hyper. And there is many other like elements to the story that are just gripping my heart, like the family, the found family, our main characters, like trauma and abandonment and things that they have gone through and how like this family is just like welcoming them. It is so nice. Yeah, so I like it a lot. I might read like it later in that. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna go out now, film a bit in that one, even though I've filmed it 400 times. See you then. I just had like the longest day ever, but it was really like, it was cozy, it was fine, but it was really long. I was out for like 12 hours or something. I was so sleepy. I got to finish The Measure by Nikki, and it was so good. Like, I was finishing on the way to school, I was listening to it. I gave it like 4.5 out of 5 stars. I don't know how much I talked about it earlier in the other clip. Like, it is about people with shortcomings becoming kind of a minority because the society don't want to invest in them anymore. And then it's just about like life and realizing that life is more than what you measure in a string. And there was like this sentence where it was like the people with short strings, their strings were long all along, like it reached so many people. And it was a bit like, oh my god, life is beautiful and happy, and not happy, but it connects everyone and you can do good things and all that. And sometimes I don't like the message, but here they just managed to hit it really good. And I was trying to like blink away tears the whole way to school. Like, I was like, the tears were in my throat, and I was like clearing my throat so that I wouldn't sob on the way to school. It was so good. I really enjoyed it. I love the writing, I love the characters, and need a physical copy. It was amazing. I also started my next audio, but I don't really know what's going on. I'm also very sleepy, and I need to fall asleep within the next 5 minutes to get my hours. I started For She Is Breath by Emily Varga. This is for a fairly thing. And I don't know what's going on, but the thing for you're trying to escape a prison, and then we get flashback of how we ended up in prison. I read another one with similar plot called The Prisoner's Healer, something like that, and I really like that one, so I'm hoping to see if this is similar. The narrator is not my favorite right now, so we shall see. I only listened to about, let's see, 17 minutes, so I can't really judge that much. I also started my next physical, which is, I don't even remember the title, oh god. I don't have my glasses on, and things are falling in my face. Blood of All Kings by Sang Il Kim, and it's translated, which I think is like, I feel like it's not that much fantasy translated. I mean, it exists definitely, but like, not as much as I read at least. I just started it. I'm like 25% in. I didn't get to read more because I'm exhausted and tired and no time. And there's like a kingdom, things are happening in the kingdom, blah blah blah. In theory, reading this for another while, but we should see if I bother scrambling myself together for that. Also can't see like anything because no glasses. But that's the updates I have. My show was really good, really recommend, and I'm going to bed, and I'm going to see if I talk to you at all tomorrow, because I don't think I will finish anything then, since I just continue to this audio, and try to read some in the King's book before passing out in the same way tomorrow. So yeah, see you maybe then. Hello, I'm home. I have been home for a bit. I just did vlog, and I thought I would talk quickly about like some of the stuff I finished, even though like I feel like it's also for other vlogs. I'm confused with myself of what is for each vlog, but I did finish the book I was reading. I just like, it was The Last Blood of the Kings. I can't find it. The Blood of the Old Kings. We had different point of views in this kingdom. Things were moving around it. There were different like roles in that. One of them, for example, being the blood of the old king, and then she was going to be the next king. It was very not like that interesting for me. I felt like I didn't fall completely in love with the characters and like the story and the world. It was like nothing that gripped me in it that made it feel like a really memorable fantasy for me. I want to enjoy it. I saw the cover and I was about to order it before, and then I realized like, will I even like this? And like, borrowed it at the library, like I booked it at the library and borrowed it there, and thought that if I really enjoyed it, I could buy myself a physical copy. But I'm not going to do that. I'm kind of glad I didn't as well, because space and all that, and I want to keep things so much out that I really enjoyed, or I'm trying to at least. So it wasn't like necessarily bad, it was just not gripping that much for me. So I gave it like a 3. I then also finished my audio for She's Wrath, which I did tell you I started, like the girl in the prison, and then she is trying to escape, and then she's on this revenge thing. It is Pakistani, inspired fantasy, has a lot of rage, where our main character is very after revenge, and we have all the characters after revenge, and everyone is kind of offer revenge in different layers of the story. Like we had 3 different revenge things coming into play for different reasons, and it was very much about like, maybe we shouldn't go off revenge and lose yourself in the progress, and be like, give yourself a life outside of revenge in a way. So that's kind of the message of the story, and I did like, I think that was fine. It seems to be a standalone, but it's definitely setting off up a potential like spin-off with another character in the story. And I didn't think it was like that amazing in a regard that the main characters were like, I had a sword in my hand since I was a kid, and I would stab anyone who was in my way, and I would stab people, knives, and I'm like, cool, you're like any other YA heroine ever. But at the same time, like, it was totally fine. It was okay with the romance. The war wasn't like incredible, but it was fine. It just ended up like just blending together with a lot of other YA fantasies up in the years. And it's not something I particularly remember. I'm just surprised that, I don't know how to say it, like that is still, after all these years, the YA stories still feel so similar to like a few years ago, especially since now there's so many of them lately. That's when we get to the small unique ones, that's when I really noticed them, because this just feels like so similar to a lot of the others, and I was kind of surprised that it's such a new release and still felt similar. But obviously a new release would mean that, like, I was gonna say the younger people that maybe didn't read all the like other back titles from before could find them now. And it's not like it was bad written or anything like that. I enjoyed it fine. It was just very similar to other books. So I gave this a 3 as well. Then yesterday we started a little coaster readathon on my Patreon for today and yesterday, and I did redone my read, which I was starting when I was traveling home on Friday, which was Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. I borrowed it at the library, now I can return it. And I wanted to read this because I heard it was very smutty. I rather love Half a Season by the author, which I didn't end up loving, and I'm kind of unhauling that. It's just in my pile of books I was going to unhaul in February. And then I read Bride, which I also borrowed at the library, and like it was in one of my to buy or not to buy episodes. And then I ended up buying it because I really, really loved it. And it's also being used in my thesis. So I kind of had hope for this because this is newer than the Love Hypothesis. It came after Bride as well. So I thought that I could enjoy this, but it was just very not it. It just followed these 2 characters that meet, they were going to have one stand, but then they end up not having sex, but like then they found out that his company is trying to take over her company, and they are very, very attracted to each other and they just need to get it out of the system, etc. And I don't mind like them having sex or anything like that. I just found it very bland because our main character is just so passive and doesn't do anything, and guys were like, I will walk the earth for you, I would do anything for you to make you love me, and I'm like, why has she done to deserve all this love? Like, she's literally done nothing. I don't understand. And she's talking about how awkward she is and how like she feels like people don't like her, etc. And I'm like, because you don't do anything, you don't have any personality, so what is there to dislike or like? Because there's nothing there, which sounds so rude, but that was how I like felt it. Like I just felt she was very passive, and I felt like the guy was made to be like this kind of puppy character that was just gonna do everything for her. It was weird dynamics there for me, at least. The sex was fine, it was just very like, it goes exactly where you think it's gonna go, so I'm just like, whatever. I was reading this smutty scene on the plane, and then like mid-scene we landed, and then I had to just take it away. So next time I brought up the book, we had to just continue reading them having sex, and I was like, great for me. So this smutty naming like was not enough for me to truly care about the story, and like the plot twist that came out, I was like, am I supposed to care? I don't know. I think it is interesting, the romance genre, like before, like a couple of years ago, that the guy was always like brooding and mean, like the mean guy, and the girl was always like super nice virgin girl. and then he will, like, she was gonna save him and make him into a good guy because he had trauma. But now we have more like characters where like the woman is more like maybe more sexual explorer, like she only had one night stands in this one, and the guy's kind of made into the nice guy that like convinces the woman that he's the one. I don't know, I just think like the dynamics in romances has changed a lot in the last few years, and I like to see those different dynamics. I like to see different types of characters in a romance than the same ones over and over. I would say, for example, Twisted by Anu Hong, which I thought was entertaining for what it was, whatever. But like that is very like a typical romance setup, I think, like from a couple of years ago. And now we see more different types of romances, which I do enjoy. I like the theory of that made me think of the romance genre when I was reading it, because that's also not necessarily what I'm writing about in my thesis, but some themes you are exploring, and I think that is fascinating to talk about and think about. But other than that, I don't think that I would read more Ali Hazelwood that is contemporary unless it's more in Bride, because I absolutely love that. Even though literally the main character Misery is super passive and don't do anything there either. I just kind of enjoyed it for the vampire werewolf aspects of it. But yeah, so I read this. And now today I am going to read a manga. I'm going to read Whisper Me a Love Song, which is like cutesy lesbian manga, because we have a cozy readathon, so I want to be on theme. And then I'm going to read another library book, which is When You Should Ask by Alyssa Sussman, which I got recommended by my friend Sina, who I'm writing my thesis with. And this is a romance as well, and I'm hoping this gives more than Not in Love, and then I won't be as disappointed. And it definitely fits for the cozy theme for the readathon, but it's very summery, so like for that alone I'm reading it in the wrong season, but it's fine. Like I had it since August, I think, in my room, and it expires in 3 days, so yay for me reading my library books. So that's my plans for now. I'm gonna go and do that, and you should see me soon. Hello. So last night I did finish a couple of things. I did finish When You Should Ask, which was fine. It was just like this whole like, I was gonna call it almost a communication thing that just was so silly and hilarious. And I didn't get why they liked each other. Just like met, and then he just loved her, and he was just gonna interview her. He just read that like some of her writing, and then he loved her, and I was like, why? Why do you love her? I don't know. I still don't, honestly. It's like, you know, them 10 years later, like connecting again and finding each other, and I was like, I don't really care. But okay, so I'm finding myself into the other books I read. I also read The Swimmers, which seems a bit random, but one of my patrons was reading it, and I was like, oh, I want to read it too. Which is about this pool in a way, and then these people, but then it's really about this one person going there that has Alzheimer's, and about their life in a way, and the daughter. It's a bit sad. It was a bit weird. I found the writing fine and like compelling in ways, but it was still like not super incredible, mind blown, but it was fine. A bit sad, but fine. And then I read another book, which I thought also was just fine. I just ended up reading loads of fine books. Whoa! There was a lot of chords there, which is When You Wish Upon a Lantern by Gloria Chow. So this is like they have a lantern shop when you wish upon a lantern that you can sign up, and then it's not going that well, and then she and her friend is trying to save it, and then they have been friends for a long time, and then they are actually in love with each other. And again, cute, fine, just totally fine, not mind-blowing, anything like that, but just fine. And that was the amazing reviews I had for you, because I honestly don't have it in me to talk more about them, because like, what else is there to say right now? That's what I got. I have some books I wanted to show you, because I bought books in Oslo and I never showed you, so I thought I would do it now. Let's see. The cart does not look safe for you right now. The first day when I was on Outland, I bought Banana Fish Volume 15 and Volume 17. No, I didn't miss Volume 16, but I bought that in my own store. But I couldn't get 15 and 17, so that's why I had to buy them in another store, Outland. I went to 2 other indie stores, and in one of them I had only used books, and I found Phenomena, which is the first book in like my favorite Norwegian childhood series, in the original cover and paperback, and this cost like nothing. It was like so cheap, honestly, so I had to get it. I have actually the third one that I randomly found in the store once in the original cover. They only have 1 to 3 in the original cover, so in theory I'm only missing 2 for the original ones. I have obviously the full set of like the new ones in hardcover, but these covers give me nostalgia, because these are the ones that I borrowed when I bought it at the library when I grew up. So I had to get it, and it was like so cheap, and I saw it and I screamed as inside. So there was another indie bookstore I went to that I just wanted to support. So I got Rouge or Rogue. Is it Rouge? By Mona Abad, which is the author of Bunny, which I enjoyed, even though it's really weird. This is just a normal paperback of that matches my Bunny. I hope I like it, because I spent a lot of money on it. But I like Bunny, so hopefully that will be good too. I also have... Sorry, I'm walking a lot around. This is really, really good showing here. Which is Wildest Things by Chloe Gong, which is a sequel to the other one that came last year that I can't remember the title of right now, but I have it over there. And this is a Fairly edition, so I only needed a matching Fairly edition of the second one. I don't know if I will like this, because Chloe Gong had this thing where she has really cool concepts, but I end up not liking the books that much. But oh my god, it's a stomach cover. Oh, that's my alarm. I need to do something, so that's why I have an alarm on. I just wanted to see underneath before we go. Oh, it's so cool. And here is another cover. I like that. So yeah, I just needed it to match my other one, but I hope I like it. A cool design too. Okay, now I gotta go. See you later. Hello. So I did finish some stuff yesterday. I did read things, but where are they? Who knows? I did... Wait, I'm walking a lot. Read Tombs by Junji Ito, which was my next manga, and it was really good. It had some really solid stories in here, and I was like, wow. And then it had some not good ones as always, but it was still good. But I found out there are some stories in that is in another collection. I'm like, why would you do that? That is weird. Then I also read, I need to stretch. I read A Hour of Blood by Astrid Gibson, which was a reread, but it's for my thesis. I had a really, really good time. I love that story so much. It is like Dracula's wives in a way, but like from the POV and realizing how abusive and terrible he was. So it is very, very, very good. I loved it a lot this time. I loved it the first time I read it. I loved it this time as well. And it's very, very interesting to write about it on my thesis. I'm very excited. 5 out of 5 stars. One of my favorite books of all time. So not really a surprise there. But I was scared I wouldn't love it as much, because I only read it once in 2022, but I did love it as much. So very happy about that. We were on sprints. I did also read another book, but I realized I've been mixing up my vlogs a lot. Like, I'm talking about the same books in different vlogs, even though they're often different vlogs. So I'm just gonna not do that. Like, I don't need to talk about the book again. It's going to be in another vlog and also in my wrap up, just to like not repeat myself like 400 times, because I feel like if you're a person who watches all my videos, you're just going to see me talk about the same books in different vlogs, and I feel like that can be annoying. So I'm just not going to do that. I was really good at it to separate them, but then I became bad at it, but now I'm going to trying to be good at it again. But yeah, we were in sprints yesterday. It was a good time. And I am reading for my other vlog now for the next few days. So next time you see me is when I read something else, or when I read more in the Twisted Throne, like the audiobook, which I've been listening to a lot, because I'm so hyped and I'm loving it so far. hello. It's been like 2 days since I talked to you. And look outside. Look outside! It is snow. Should be expected in Norway and all that. I was out with Frida, as you saw, and we were celebrating her birthday very late because I got sick and then didn't get to meet her. And then we hung out and were really cute. And then the next day we went to the cinema, not with Frida, but with Oli and Erica. And we watched Terrified 3. It was a fun time. And we ate some yummy food and yeah. So I don't think I filmed anything since then. I finished some stuff for that other vlog I talked about that I'm not going to do double and talk about here, but I also finished more stuff outside that, so I will talk to you about that. But also, I want to show you the books I got when I was with Frida. I want to put you on the top of my haul. Oh, now you can see the mess on the floor. All of these books here, by the way, they have been there since February, and I'm supposed to unhaul them, or like read them and unhaul them, and I just have not committed to that project yet, so that should be on the top of my list for 2025, I think. But either way, what I got for Frida was Banana Fish 18 and 19. These are the last two ones in Banana Fish. So I'm not done reading them, but I will soon be done reading them. I'm thinking obviously in 2025. I don't know what's happening with the focus. I feel like I'm not in focus, but neither is the background. I don't know what's going on. I also was really weak because they had Ladders and Lattes and Bookshops and Bondas in the new editions that I got, and they were so cute, and I do have them already. But these are like so different, and they're just really pretty, and they were very cheap. I walked in the bookstore, so like I do get a discount, but like they were cheap with my discount as well. Like 42 of them. Like these two, they were so pretty, and I bought them, and it is one of my faves, so I feel like I should be allowed to. Like, to say that those were cheap, I said this cost as much as those two, which is a lot, but I got the Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. Purple spread. I really wanted that spread. I just won, and I enjoyed the other Sarah Beth Durst books I read, so I'm thinking I would enjoy this one too. It's like super cute cottage thingy when I feel in the mood for that. I also got A Drink About Mingle, which was the book I was supposed to get by Julia Murphy and Sierra Simone. I have the whole series, even though I didn't know the second book. I just decided to get the third one, and I put it on my TBR in Tumbling Pandas as well, so this is going to be read soon, but I want to read it in December obviously, so I'm excited for some Christmassy smuts, I was gonna say. So those were the books I got on Wednesday. Now for what I finished that is relevant for this vlog. I did finish The Twisted Throne by Danielle L. Jensen, which is British Kingdom 5, which was the one that I hadn't realized had been released, and then it had been released, and now I finished the audiobook, and I enjoyed it. I really like Anna as a character. I enjoyed getting to know the new love interest James, and enjoy like that we have a totally new setting, and we got to learn so much about like a new world. It was kind of more like, I was gonna say like finery courty in this one, because we have like, you know, different kingdoms, and they all like have very different, I was gonna say, characteristics. So I would say that this reminded me more about maybe like Bridgerton as kind of society, and I enjoyed it. While like I don't think anything for me can be compared to Karis, because I just love that man so much, and just the way he was cannot be described to me apparently, but I just love him so much, and nothing can compare to my love for him. But that doesn't mean I didn't enjoy this still, and I enjoyed this world. I'm very excited for part 2. It's just so dramatic endings and just the whole thing. I would want more, because there's more side characters I would love to see more books of, but it has been official for a while that there's only going to be 6 books, but maybe that is wrong and we'll get more, hopefully. But yeah, I give it a 4 out of 5. I just generally enjoyed this series so much. I think it's like my one favorite romantasy apparently. And then yesterday I read, is it Barbarian's Heart I read? Is that the one that I read? I think so. This is number 9 in I Spy Barbarians. If the title is wrong, the picture will have the right title here. And it's been like 2 years since I read. I had a week where I read one a day, and it wasn't this year. It might have been last year, so it's not 2 years. It's like 1.5 years ago. So it's been a while since I was in the world, but it was fun. Like, it is very trash, obviously, but it's a good time for what it is. And I just actually enjoy seeing the development of the world, of the things happening around. And even though that's not the main focus of the story at all by any means, it is still interesting for me to see. So yeah, I give it like a 3. Like, I like it. I don't think it's amazing and I love it to death, but I still think it is like a fun and good time, and I will finish the series apparently eventually when I feel like it. I don't think I finished anything other than that. I don't know what to read today at all. Like, I made a TBR and I don't know what to read, but I will let you know when I know. See you soon. Hello, about to film a little video. I thought I would talk to you first. I'm just like, there is no daylight because it's just cloudy, so videos blah, no daylight, it's fine. But I did finish some books yesterday. So I did read Ham's Official Blessing Volume 3, and I just like, I don't love these. Like, they're gay Chinese novels. I just feel like the sentences are very like jolted and a bit awkward, and I don't know if it's because it's translated or because of the genre kind of we are in, like that is supposed to be a bit like overdramatic, etc. And I just don't have, I think, for me, a good overview of the characters. Maybe that's my own fault. And I'm like not having the best time, as in I don't feel invested in the story. I want to ship these guys and just be super invested. I'll be like, oh my god, they're cute. But I just can't find myself falling into the story properly, and I wish I was. Maybe I need to read like the graphic novel adaptation or see like the drama or something. But yeah, I just feel totally fine about it, and I give it a 3. Even though, like, look at the covers, they look so cute. And now I don't really know how to get volume 4 because that seemed like a struggle. And if I bother reading the rest before the new year, it seems also like a struggle. So I can't really decide what to do with it. But at least I read this, and now I don't know, man. Part of me wants to have them all so that if in a few years I really want to reread them and like maybe I will feel differently then, I want to keep them. But I'm like, is that a good enough reason to buy them all? I am unsure. After that, I could read a manga, but in this case, the next up was a comic, which is Sunstone Volume 8, which is this queer manga where we have the characters being into BDSM, and then right now we are kind of in flashback of 2 other characters of how they came together, which is Mercy Art. I thought that the Sunstone was done here because like I couldn't find like any pre-order for volume 9, and I was like, oh, you're done now. But it said the author wrote in the end in this that we have come 1/3 into the Mercy arc, so I assume there's going to be at least 2 or 3 more volumes. I just don't know when, but they are kind of fun, entertaining. You kind of invested, I'm invested in the character and the story. The art is really pretty. It can be very dirty at times. It's a bit like, oh my god, but that can also be fun. I read 8 volumes, I am going to finish it, and I am enjoying it, so yay. I feel like I forgot to say when I finished The Twisted Throne, I did start my new audiobook for myself, which is An Amber and Ashes, Salvatore here. This is one of my favorite books of all time. I feel like this is the 3rd time I'm reading it, which is granted not that many. I thought I read it more. And the reason I'm rereading is obviously because I want to read Air by Salvatore, which is also set in the same world. And I felt like that is a good excuse for a refresher for the main series, even though obviously like they're not directly sequels, but I feel like maybe characters and like references are going to be present in Air that I want to comprehend better. So that's why I'm rereading before, and they're so fun that honestly it's the best time. I want to just look at my edition, my favorite edition. It's so pretty. I love it so much. But yeah, I was just like, wow, I should have made it that into a read along or something, but here we are, and it's not going to be the last time I reread these. I love them to pieces, and I'm happy in my heart for rereading. I already gotten quite far into the audio as well, so if I'm cool, I could finish that and maybe even the sequel, like A Torch Against the Night, which is my favorite this month already. So maybe I will finish the whole reread like in December, because I don't really have anything else to audio in this instant. Yeah, that will be cool, and I could start Air maybe even in December, depending on how much audiobook time I get. Which granted, I will be at work like almost every day for a lot of hours, so maybe not as much as I think. But yeah, that is what I got for you here. Now I'm gonna go for my video. See you later. Hello, I think it's been like a few days since we talked. I have bought some books and I have not read a lot at all actually. The book I've been read since last time was Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Briggs. First book in Miss Peregrine's. Did I say I started this maybe? I don't remember. But this is the first one in the series. It is my Patreon read-along of About to Read right now. So we're reading through the whole series. I have read this before and it was really fun to read it again. I thought that I wouldn't like it because it's been such a long time and it's like it came out in a different time, you know, but I actually really enjoyed it and I thought it was really fun to experience it again. I have the movie for some reason playing really vividly in my mind, even though I literally watched it like once or maybe twice. The ending is very different though, obviously. It just follows, you know, Jacob, who finds out that he is peculiar, and then the way that Ransom uses the pictures in the story I think is really fun. I think it's really fun the way we have time loops, the way like he has built this world with different people and their abilities, because it's not like a new thing that people have abilities to find that they're special, but I do think like the backstory and like how he uses historical elements at the same time with like new fantasy elements is fun. And the only thing that bugs me is that he has a thing with his grandpa's girlfriend. I think that that is the weirdest part of the story. But yeah, I gave it a 4 out of 5 still. I remember not like loving the next two as much, but maybe I would get a different perspective now. But it was really fun and I was surprised of how much I was enjoying myself, even though I really thought that I would never read the series again, honestly, but here we are. I might have spotted these in the background. I got myself a copy of Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind, which I listened to audiobook years ago, and I really enjoyed it, and never got myself a physical. This one had like a wrong print thing that we couldn't sell, so I got myself a copy, and I think that this book is very brilliant. It is a book about like how we built as humans. And I don't know, like, is it based on truth? Yes, because when I listen to it, I'm like, this is definitely like how we built our society, and it pisses me off. Like how, for example, money is not real, we just made it up and we live by it, and it's just very annoying. Yeah, I think it was a very interesting read when I read it, and I kinda want to reread it again. But now I feel like it's very like dude bro non-fiction. And I'm like, I don't even know if that's good. But here we are. Still think it was a solid book as I read it, because it really was just like made me think about the world in a non way that I don't want to think about the world as. Also got Monsters Volume 9, which was just released. Is Volume 9, right? Yes. So this was gonna go on the bottom of my list. I will read it in a few months. Very excited, even though I don't actually know what's going on, but it's still very exciting to follow. And then one you saw with amazing spread edges is obviously Poppy War, which had like the famous spread edges. This is the version of Kong that she always wanted. Like, she called it her version, like Tyler Swift's version. This is her version of Poppy War, and it's absolutely stunning. As you can see, the spread edges is I just love it so much. It's like a deluxe collector's edition thingy that you can just buy at the normal retailers. But look at it when you wind out the jacket. I love it so much. The insides is like very reminiscent, I think, of like the original covers. And I hope they do the rest of the series, because obviously it's just one of my favorites ever. So that's what they should do. I've been listening to A Number of Ashes, but not finished it. I have like 50 minutes left, so I might finish that now after. I also got more mail today, because this was yesterday, and then Miss Peregrine's that I finished a few days ago. I've been reading An Empire of Gold by Esther Chacoborny, and I'm not finished. My physical is in like another room. I will get it later. I have only read like 160 pages, but I'm hoping to read that, one more book, and then a manga, because then I read 3 books, I can read a manga again. And then like my November reading is over. Maybe finish A Number of Ashes as well, obviously. So like I didn't read a lot in November at all compared to the other ones in the year, but I'm fine with it. I've been sick and it's been a very busy month. But even though, granted, October was much more busy and I read much more than in that month, so I don't know what's going on. But yeah, the other one that came today was The Will of the Many. This is also a deluxe version. You can get it like at a normal retailer, etc. You don't need like, it's not like a special edition, even though it has just normal yellow spread edges, which is a bit boring. The light is very bad because it's like, it's winter time in Norway, we don't never get daylight. But it's a new cover. They said that they're gonna follow this cover now, even though I don't like this cover at all. Actually, it makes it look like a rare like Dune sci-fi. But it's still like have the reminiscent of the old cover in here, and so like it is fine edition. Like it's cool to have a special edition. It's cool as spread edges, even though like it's not honestly that special, considering also the price of it was a lot. But it's like one of my favorite books ever, so I needed it. And then we have more because some books came in. So I thought we could unbox these together. I know what two of them are, but not the top one. So I just thought, let's open them. These all came today. Or like the others came and then I had to go and get them at the post office. But like this one came in the mail today. And the Will of the Many just fell out of his box when I was going to lift it. And that was really scary. But this one was together with the Will of the Many. It is very loose. So I do wonder if it's just like the monthly book. Or if it's something else I ordered. Because I never know. It is just a monthly book, which is Fortunes Found. Very cute. And then we have the book, which I'm gonna take out. Ooh, so we had The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Leong. It's very cute cover. I think the last month was cozy too. Why is like every pick cozy? But they have just the cutest edges and like the designs of like the new editions. I like them a lot. And here is, oh, it's so cute. I really love the colors. I think like this is a version of the original. I don't exactly remember how it looks like now, but it's also very pretty. Or is it opposite? I don't know, actually know if this is the exclusive one and this one is the original one with different colors. I don't know how it looks like because I haven't actually heard about the book. But it seems to definitely be like a cute fantasy. It says, perfect for fans of Legends of Latte, South for the Wild Build, and the House in Cerulean Sea. I haven't read House, but this is an adorable copy though. I really, really enjoy the look of it. Sometimes I'm like, I don't have enough skips, so I'm just keep getting them. And then I get so pleasantly surprised every time. So I'm happy for myself in that regard. So the next one we have here is, this is like my address on all the sides, but this is from Oakrate, and it is A Darker Shade of Magic, which they did a set of, because they did Final Choice of Power, which was the newest in the series, and they haven't done the rest, and now they're doing the matching. So you can see them up here. I don't even know if I think that these are that pretty. I just needed them because I collect Olaf Schwab. So that is my issue. We have Kel. We have Lila. Do I take the plastic off ever? I don't know. And I assume... Oh my god. Is this Holland? Because I was going to say it's not this, but it seems to be Holland. And the boxes are falling and everything's falling. And I do think that they are special in the way that they are very, very different from the original ones. I have a lot of editions of these in general, but more like normal editions of different hardbacks and paperbacks. Not like a special set. I mean, I have one special set as well, but you get what I meant. So like these are very different design overall. And I think the edges especially are very pretty. And there was just no way in the world that I was not getting these. So the other box is falling. So here we are. What do I think? I think that they are prettier in person. I think the colors could be better, especially the spines, considering that this is what you will see in the shelf. You can barely see the text, right? But especially now the light is very bad, so you can see it even worse than it actually is. But I'm struggling seeing the text as well. So I think that could have been better, like just colors, like here as well. Like you can barely see the colors, but obviously I might just turn it to have the edges out, which I do think is very pretty. I don't think they were terrible or anything like that. I think they're cool, but yeah, when I have them over here in the dark, is it easy to read? I still think that the colors could have been done better anyway. The last box here is from Goldsboro. I'm trying to see if I just keep showing you my address, but I was not showing you my address. I know what this is as well. This is another edition of Air. If I can get it up. They always wrap it with so much bubble wrap. Like, look at this. This is one book. But I need some bubble wrap anyway. But still, this is expensive. Let's see. Oh my god. Oh, I can see it now. Can I get a book? Thank you. Goldsboro would do some special editions. So this has just normal for like blue spread edges. I have obviously the Favorite, which was in my last unboxing. Ooh, and the lettering is very big and shiny. And I just could not get this, obviously, because I was here. My heart. I'm currently, as you know, rereading Emma Nash. It's set in the same world, so I'm very excited. Other than that, it's like not even that special. But I don't care. But it's really weird to just get like an ordinary spread edge now, because I feel like that is so normal now. And like the more unique ones, for example, for Favorite is like wow. But this is signed, and there's only 250 number of copies. I still think that is cool. And we are number 93, and we have, as you know, a signed page. I think that is cool. Now I have 2 copies in out of my, I think I ordered 4. that great. And that was the books I had to unbox for this clip. Yeah, I am, as I said, going to read those 2 other books, and then it's not actually a manga, it's a comic up next. So that is like, there's like a 4 days left of this month. So will I even make it? I don't know. I'm not reading that much right now. I'm exhausted and doing other stuff, but we shall see how it goes. We shall see me soon. Hello. So it's been a few more days. I don't even remember the last time I spoke. And I need to just tell you the last stuff I read in the month before this vlog now ends. Because it is December and it's a new month, so it's time for a new vlog. Or vlogs, plural, in December. I did finish An Ember in the Ashes. This was my audio, as you know, and it was a great time. Honestly, still things that shock me into my core in this book, even reading it for the 3rd time. So I think that that is incredible that you could be that good. And I obviously gave it 5 stars. I love the characters. I love the world so much. I just love this series a lot. I started the second one but didn't get to finish it in November, so that will be later. But that is my favorite. Like, A Torch Against the Night is my favorite. So it's so good. But this was so good. And I just like reading it 3 times and giving it 5 stars every time. Like, you know, it's one of my favorites. I could not recommend this enough. Cannot wait to continue more into the series, because I read like the 4th book. I only read that once, and I'm very, very excited to like read Air after that and see the world after the events of the series. So super good time. Then I also did finally manage to read Empire of Golden. I was reading this like all week, and then I finally finished it yesterday. This was the final one in the Devabad trilogy, and I do think that this was a solid time. I do think it was really long, and that in the beginning, I felt like for the couple hundred pages, not a lot happened. We were just like building up and like seeing situations and like setting up things before the final happened. And I felt like the final happened very fast compared to everything else. I still got very, very emotional at some parts. I'm very sad about certain parts as well. But overall, I really, really enjoyed the ending and the story and the characters and the world. And considering the fact that I didn't even like book 1 that much when I first read it, and now like I really, really like them, I can see myself reread this and have a good time with it. I still have the short story collection, and then obviously Amina as well in the world, so very excited to explore more of it. I'm giving this a rounded off 4, because I feel like it was more like a 3.75, because I did feel it dragging a bit, and I wanted like not necessarily an explosive ending, but more like the way it concluded. I mean, it was very dramatic, but I felt like it could have been even more dramatic, is guessing what I want to say. Then I got to read my next book, Sins of the Mother by Robert G. Hayes. Those 2 were the books I wanted to read by the end of the month. This I put on my TBR and like seriously I need to finish this year. This one is very, very, very different from the first 3 and the War of Eternal series, but here we have her like it's literally been 20 years, and she's looking back at like what she's done the last 21 years and like the situation we kind of are in now. This is a very different outlook than in other 3 books that hung more together, and it's a lot about her being a mother, and I thought that that was very interesting. I feel like we don't get a lot of motherly main characters in fantasy. Also an older character that like actually ages instead of like being super young and like, you know, the serious stuff before they actually like old. And the ending here was just so explosive. I didn't really like unraveling the information that we're giving us throughout the book, because obviously we go a bit back and forth in time, and I liked seeing how it all came to pass. I'm very curious about the 5th and final book that I would definitely try to get there in the summer to finish the series off, and I had a really good time. My voice died a bit, but yeah, I give this a strong 4.5, I would say. I really, really enjoyed it. Then my last read for November was The Night Eaters, book 2, Her Little Reapers. This is about this family that is not human, I could say. The art is absolutely amazing. I did find like the story itself not being as compulsive and like engaging as in volume 1. I still really, really enjoy it. I still really, really like this family and the characters, and like wanted to see what is going to happen to them. But like the first book was very much like a mystery of what is going on, and here I felt like nothing that it didn't need to be a mystery, but it didn't manage to hold me as present in the story as the first one. But it's still super enjoyable, still super fascinating of what's going to happen. Absolutely stunning art, as I said, and I am having a very, very good time with it. So excited for the 3rd and I think final one I think it's coming January. So it's not even that long until. That was my final books for November, and this vlog, we have had different stuff. I was out with Frida, I was out with Oli and Erica, we have been to the bookstore, etc. Oh, I did also buy something I forgot to show you. Maybe this light is better because like it's very dark out in the window. Don't judge me. I'm kind of judging myself, but I got the Amber and Ash's new box sets because I wanted the new covers. I feel like they're really sweet. But look how the spines for the picture. And this art here on these spines matches the air art as well. And I just really wanted it. And it was Black Friday sale, right? So I went and got it. I haven't even opened it yet. Because it's just been lying in the bag since I got it. Because I've been just dead, basically. Can I open the plastic? But I saw it, that I had it on my local store. And then it was sale. So I got it. Ah, wait. I'm very excited to look at it. Like box sets, I don't like them. Do I buy an Amber and Ash's box set? Definitely. So let's see here. You didn't even get to see the satisfaction of all the books falling on my face. Granted, I don't think that these covers are even my favorites. But I kept the colors of the original, you know, the red. I do like, it's literally just a font, but there is like an animal here, a design. And I know that I don't remember the name of the artist right now, but I do like follow the artist. So I know that the same artist that did these also did Air, which is why they're kind of matchy. Even though these are clearly like different in a way. I don't know if that's the same artist that did the original UK covers, even though we had, you know, the first covers of the first two and then it changed the whole series by the third one. This is all very, very confusing in my head. And then they have a different one in the UK and a different one in the US when they changed everything. So like there's literally, and then now there are these. So there's literally like 4 different covers of the first one at least. Like the first 2 had their own and then they changed them. Ooh, these are floppy paperbacks because these are the US new covers because the UK still have the old ones. But I wanted these a lot, even though I only have the new US ones only in the first one but not the others. So here is Torch, which is my favorite. In person, they're much prettier than they were, I feel like, when I saw the pictures. And then we obviously have the Torch. I'm very excited. Is this influenced by the fact that I'm rereading? Probably. But I just, kind of very nice. A big floppy paperback because it's the US one and not the UK ones. Love to see that. And then the last one, which is purple. We love to see that, which is The Sky Behind the Storm. Very excited. That is all 4. Can I put them inside again? I love that the box is smushed in one corner, so my book gets smushed in one corner. Such is the life of a box set, you know? I got this, and I don't have any regrets, honestly. Like, it's really pretty, and I really like the spines, and I feel happy now. So, that's what we want, you know? I don't think I had more than that. Again, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you had a blast in November. December is here, the last month of the year. Oh my god. Look, like they split the faces to fit the art, and it's just like, it's not. It looks a bit horror-y in this one because like the face is a bit long. That's hilarious. Either way, leave a purple heart emoji down below if you enjoyed this. And you should see me soon.